to Energy in Your Ears, the podcast series created by IEECP that features the coolest and the hottest topics around energy. IEECP is celebrating its 10th anniversary this year, and in this season we go over some of our dearest subjects: housing inclusivity, local and regional climate and energy governance, building renovation and one-stop shops, industrial efficiency, and many more. I am Marta Maia, Communication Lead of IEECP and your host for today. In this episode, we will look into the renovation of homes, the role of one-stop shops, and the power of citizens as sponsors of change. Today, I have with me Catarina Pereira. Catarina is a project manager at Cooperative, a Portuguese renewable energy cooperative that involves citizens in the investment on small-scale energy efficiency projects, whose benefits are then distributed not only among the investors, but also with the society and the environment. Catarina, welcome. Let me start with clarifying the model for which you advocate. You say that I can invest in a small scale energy efficiency project and it will bring social benefits to those around me. How does that happen?
Okay. Hi, Marta. Thank you very much for inviting me to be
Okay.
here today, especially as we're celebrating IEECP 10th anniversary. So congratulations to you all. At Copernic, our mission is based on the involvement of everyone, citizens, small and medium enterprises, local authorities, in the creation of a new paradigm, renewable and decentralized, for the benefit of society and the environment, of course. Copernico, a cooperative currently made up of 6,500 members, owns several photovoltaic production plants spread over all the Portugal, installed on roof of social economy institutions. In the model we use, it is our members who lend the money to the cooperative to install the photovoltaic panels, and Copernic will take care of the maintenance of the plants during and until the loan payback. In 8 to 10 years, when the investment is paid off, the photovoltaic production plant is offered to the institutions where it was installed on its roof. This means that from that moment onwards, the institution where it was installed, it will consume electricity at zero cost during sunny hours, of course, without having to invest money that it had not have be possible in purchasing and installing the panels.
Yep. So when you refer to social institutions, in your perspective, you are saying that encouraging citizens to invest in energy efficiency is also a path to solve broader social issues, not only energy efficiency.
Yes, in this model that I just explained, we support several institutions to own their own electricity, to decide for it, and to actively participate in the complex energy system. Without the involvement of Copernico members, it will be not possible for these institutions to have access to produce their own energy at zero cost, which is a great help for them.
Of course. But how do you align the need for social impact with the personal priorities of the citizens? I mean, why would I, Marta, invest in the installation of PVs on someone else's roof instead of my own, or even instead of using the money for something else? What is your argument to convince your members?
Well, we have never evaluated what motivates citizens to participate in Copernico investment projects. I can only say that investment projects are very competitive and usually close in a few minutes. If a member has some money available from their savings, he or she may feel motivated to invest it in a project that brings social and financial benefits to an institution while also earning a higher interest rate than the banks are offering.
Yeah, so there is a personal gain after all. And from your interactions with citizens, and I believe those you meet are already engaged in the topic of energy efficiency, otherwise they wouldn't join Copernico. But what would you say is the biggest barrier for them to invest in energy efficiency? So you say that there is a personal gain, but are there any barriers? For example, lack of money, lack of knowledge about how to invest the money they have, lack of knowledge about how these investments work, or lack of awareness about the benefits at all? Do you see any barriers?
Well, I don't know what the biggest barrier is, because for different people, different barriers. It can be lack of money, as you have said, lack of trust in energy efficiency benefits. This happens. Desire of tangible results, and these don't always exist, or a quick payback of their investment in energy efficiency. Not knowing how to deal with the home renovations or PV implementation process can also be a barrier.
Of course. And how could we address at least some of these barriers? For example, there are several initiatives to launch one-stop shops, and we talked about that on Fortesy project, for example, where you and I work together. How do you see the success of these initiatives? And before you answer, let me just explain to those who are listening to us and may not know what a one-stop shop is. A one stop shop is a platform that aggregates all the necessary services for the renovation of a home, from auditing to advisory, contacts of reliable contractors, financing programs available, everything. Think of it as a travel agency, but for renovations. They give you advice, guidance, and help you make all the necessary arrangements for your project to come through. Do you think those one stop shops work or other initiatives that are similar to them?
Although we are aware of these one stop shops, in Portugal, their implementation has only begun recently. The creation of one stop shops in the area of energy efficiency is provided for in current legislation. And in Portugal, we have until the end of next month, June, to implement at least 50 throughout the country. So there is even a support program underway to encourage the proliferation of one stop shops. If one stop shops work as expected, they are places that can help unlock barriers and encourage citizens to invest in energy efficiency in their homes. They will find qualified staff there or experts who offer technical assistance in studying and implementing improvement measures, understanding the energy bills. This is also a huge problem that we found it commonly, mapping out their consumption profile and searching the market for the supplier that best matches their consumption, informing citizens about open support programs. That is really, really important, mainly for vulnerable householders, support in finding installers of PV panels. The one-stop shops also have the mission of turning vulnerable householders into informed consumers.
Yeah, and in this concept of one-stop shops, citizens can, in the end, they can be both users and investors, right? Could we see citizens creating and feeding their own energy efficiency market? Because on the one hand, they find the resources to, let's say, install the PV panels, but in the end of the process, they will be producing energy, so they can also feed the market. Is that reasonable to think?
Yes, it is possible and even encouraged to do so collectively by organizing yourself, for example, into a renewable energy community with your neighbors in a building or a neighborhood where you can sell and buy electricity in addition of producing and consuming it, and with the possibility of converting the resulting benefits into more investment for the community.
Yeah, so it's a win-win cycle. Is it realistic for a citizen, a common citizen, to expect financial return over investments on third-party energy efficiency projects like the PVs that you install in social associations and communities? Do Copernico members receive profits?
Yeah, by investing their savings in renewable energy projects and decentralized production, members are bringing social, environmental, and financial benefits. When Copernico members lend us money to implement our PV panels, plants, they receive a portion of the amount back every year, plus 3 to 3.5% interest. The return of investment
Interesting.
period, it can be around this amount of interest. The return on investment period depends on each project, of course, but will be between around 8 to 10 years. So this way, they invest money in a project that they believe in and know the reality of.
And receive interest sometimes above what banks offer. That is true. So let's circle it back a bit to the social impact of the renovations. Copernic works very closely with NGOs in supporting the renovation of homes for families that could otherwise never get out of energy poverty. Do these beneficiaries ever join the cooperative as well? I'm talking about the NGOs. So do they ever become also not only as investors but also as energy producers? Are they involved in the cycle? What I want to know is the cooperative effort of citizens capable of organically increase the community so it grows continuously with time?
Copernico will be able to support NGOs to renovate homes of energy poverty families if it also has support, namely through funded European
Like
projects.
Fortesy.
Yes, like Fantasy, the project we are on. Our cooperative is non-profit, so it does not have its own income to invest, but it has the competence, knowledge, and skills to provide technical support.
So there would be certainly a lot more to discuss on this subject, but we are unfortunately out of time today. Thank you, Catarina, for sharing your experience and your knowledge. Now, if you listening to us want to learn more about renovation one-stop shops, and why not, even try one out, visit the Fortesy platform at the link in the description of this episode. And there you will also find a link to the Copernico website. For you and I, this is a farewell. But for Energy in Your Ears, well, that one will continue with new hosts and guests. And the next episode will focus on the Rewitch project, and it will explore the topic of sustainable industrial cooling and heating. Thank you for listening, and until next time.